Hello, CS family. Welcome back to my channel, Chantel Stuff. It's your girl, Chantel here, your hostess with the mostest, back with another video. If you're new to my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Also hit the notification bell so you're notified every time I drop a video. Hop into the comments, let a sister know what's on your mind, and share this video with anyone and everyone. Hopefully everybody's having a phenomenal day on today. Wanted to talk to you a little bit today about sacrificing to raise children, right? I know raising children, let me tell you, is the hardest job on earth. To me, it's the hardest job on earth. It's the most beautiful and rewarding job that you could ever have. And I think that, to me, and I think that it's just a blessing from God. But let me tell you how you have to sacrifice to raise your children. When I started having children, I was very young. So I was 20 years old when I had my first daughter. Matter of fact, I turned 21 3 months after she was born. My whole life changed, right? In the beginning, when I first had her, I'm not even going to lie. A sister was just like, what is this? Like, really not wanting to stop doing what I was doing. I was having fun. I was hanging out with friends. I mean, I was a kid still. I was a kid with a kid, and didn't really know what I was doing, right? I had parents who would pour into me and advise me and tell me what I needed to do, but I was young. I felt like that I wanted to do what I wanted to do, and I didn't want to sacrifice at the time. I didn't want to change anything. I still tried to live the same type of life I was living before I had my daughter, and let me tell you how that didn't work. Wasn't working. So I had to literally change everything. I had to put my life on the back burner, and it had to be a slow walk for me. Right now, it didn't have to completely stop. I didn't have to stop trying to reach goals and to get where I wanted to be, but it drastically slowed down. But some things I did have to stop because I had a child to take care of, and I had to say, no, I can't do this right now. What's most important is getting her to where she needs to be in life, to get her, reaching these different, goals in her life of what she needed. So it was all about this new baby that I had, this new child that I was raising, this new person in my life that I had to give up everything that I wanted to do to make sure that everything that she needed and she wanted to do and accomplish in life was happening, right? So that is, when I say that is huge, for your children, it is. I'm not even gonna say if you can't sacrifice to do something else. I'm just gonna say I strongly recommend that you do. If you were like I was and you are a new parent, or even you've just gotten to a place where you're just feeling like I just don't want to do that, I strongly recommend that you do. It doesn't mean that life is over for you. It's just gonna be different. It's gonna look different. And sometimes, even when she was really little, I really put everything for me on the back burner. It was like, just to a halt. Almost, as she got older, of course I could do different things then. I could go to school. I could, I can get, the job that I wanted. I can go after all these different things, but it still took a lot, right? It was a lot of time. I still had to make sure that she was taken care of first and her needs were taken care of first before I did anything. And then, by the time I had my second child, I was 27 years old, and Desiree was 7 at the time, my oldest daughter that I was just talking about. So it was a 7-year gap between them. What in the world? First of all, let me just tell you how I was about to roll around and cry on the ground, because when I brought that baby home and he woke me up out my sleep crying, I was like, oh my gosh, I forget that babies do this. It was a huge gap. Wow. But anyway, so as I started, once I had him, not as it started happening, because I had him, of course that put me right back where I was before. So I had to start to slow down again and sacrifice and change my life for him. It was a time where I couldn't work full time at one time, and all that it just killed me. I had to work part time, and because I had to make sure I took care of the kids. It was a time where I would be, it was time to go to work. I would have to walk to the daycare, because this time, I don't know what was going on, didn't have a vehicle, but at that time I did it. I had to walk to the daycare, drop my kids off at the daycare. And then I had to, my daughter, she went to school from the daycare. But then I had to walk from the daycare to the bus stop. And then I would catch the bus to go to work, right? And I would be at work maybe about hour and a half early or whatever. I would sit there and do my Bible study. After I got done with that, you know, and then it was time to clock in, I would prep things and I worked, and I caught that bus back to the daycare, got my babies, and walked them back home. So this is just that's just one sacrifice. Let me just tell you how I sacrificed so much. It's just so much, but I thank God that I did, because my kids are able to, you know, they were able to be kids, right? And they were able to live and grow and become the strong adults that they are now, you know, with the foundation that they have now to grow. Once I got married, me and my husband married late, you know, in life. I feel like it's late in life. Could not be for some people, but we were 32. We were exactly 30 days apart. We were 32 years old when we married. We were 31 when we started to date. He brought in his 3 babies. I brought my 2 babies. Our 5 kids. But once we got together, I mean, then it became, you know, we did have, you know, more help because we had each other, but we still had to sacrifice so much, you know, to pour into our kids. And it was something that we wanted to do. We just wanted to do, and we wanted to make sure that they were able to just, you know, just to live and enjoy life as children. I see so many children that sometimes parents, you know, for whatever the reason, you know, because I'm not judging anybody, because life will serve you all kinds of stuff and turn your stuff upside down and inside out. So I'm not judging anybody, but I know, you know, some people's children aren't able to be, you know, just children. Sometimes they have to help raise their siblings and different things like that. You just don't know. I know, like I said, because I'm a product of coming from things when, you know, life has turned things upside down for my parents, and they just had to do whatever they had to do to make it happen, right? So I know that, but we didn't want that for our children, so we had to sacrifice. We had to just double down. We had to just straight change our lifestyles to make sure that they were able to be kids, and then be teens, and then be preteens, and then be young adults, right? So in order for them to live, you know, that life out the way that they needed to, we had to sacrifice all of what we wanted to do, right? We had to sacrifice it and put it on the back burner and say, hey, well, this month we have to do this for the kids. So I have to do what I want to do next month, you know. Maybe I wanted to go back to school, and some of those things that I did go back and get some schooling and stuff. Well, some of that stuff happened after my kids were already, you know, out of high school, or right at the end when they were seniors and juniors in high school, you know. So it's just like I said, you don't have to give up everything, but sometimes you have to place it in a different place in your life in order for, you know, you to be able to pour into them so they can achieve that level of their life, you know, that they are in. So what I just say is this: be encouraged, and don't think that it's all over, but just know that sacrificing for them is going to be the best thing for them and you, for their future and yours. So, but I would just say, be encouraged, keep your hand to the plow, keep moving forward. It's going to all be all right. Sometimes it ain't going to feel good. It's going to make you mad as nails, but guess what? It's going to bless you, and it's going to bless them. Hopefully this video lifted somebody up. Hopefully this video made somebody feel better. You all have a phenomenal day, and I'll see you all on the next video. Deuces.